Hello and welcome to the latest edition of the Link Sports Show. It's an exciting weekend on the horizon with Lincoln City's FA Cup trip to Burnley, and we'll talk Lincoln United as well. I'm James Williams, and joining me in the studio are Link Sport reporters Liam Gibbs and Ollie Collins. Well, there's only one place to start this week, and that's with the Imps' visit to Premier League opposition on Saturday. It's destination Turf Moor for Danny Cowley's men and over 3,000 Imps fans as they visit Burnley in the fifth round of the FA Cup. Cowley went to Turf Moor last weekend to watch the Clarets take on Premier League leaders Chelsea. The Imps manager says it was great to see Burnley live ahead of this weekend's clash.
Burnley-Chelsea was good. It was interesting actually from my point of view. It felt really unique because obviously you watch the Premier League as a spectator, really as a supporter, and it was nice to watch it from an analytical viewpoint, and when you do that you really see how good they are.
Well, the game will be an opportunity for Cowley to pit his wits against Sean Dyche, a manager who he admires and rates very highly.
Sean Dyche is, for me, with Eddie Howe, the two best English managers. He's a fantastic manager. He really forthright in his opinion, very honest, very single-minded. Whenever he speaks, you listen. And if you're a player, you'd want to play for him. I watch his players and I have so much respect for his players, for him as a manager, for Burnley as a club. They've done it the hard way. You look at them, a lot of them have come from the lower leagues, a lot of them have had to fight to get to where they are. And you can see, because they've had to fight and because they've had to work as hard as they have to get to where they're at, how much it means to them. And we're full of admiration for Sean Dyche and for his Burnley players.
Well, Liam and Ollie, just a bit of a tough match this weekend for the Imps.
Well, a walk in the park, isn't it, really? Burnley, fourth best home record in the Premier League? It's a really, really tough ask. In stark contrast to their away form, really, Burnley. They've picked up, 1 point on the road? I think so, yeah. But their home form's outstanding and it's going to be a really difficult afternoon. But they've got to believe that they can do it. And certainly I think Danny Cowley is trying to instil that in his players.
I mean, that's what the Imps have got to do, isn't it? Get a draw at Turf Moor, and then we'll get them back at the bank, and because of their poor away record, we'll have them there, won't we? I mean, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, isn't it, to try and knock out a Premier League club. I mean, I know Lincoln City have knocked out Championship sides on the way, but it's just that one little extra bit in a Premier League side would be a fantastic scout for Lincoln City.
I know it's tongue in cheek to kind of say it, but I think Lincoln might actually prefer to play Arsenal in this situation rather than Burnley right now. Arsenal are wounded after their defeat to Bayern Munich, and obviously Sutton are playing Arsenal. Burnley really do want to win this competition, don't they? They've got a great chance of winning it.
Well, they have, yeah. It's something that Burnley can now aspire to. Their home form has meant that they're not 100% safe, but they can sort of be confident that they're going to stay in the Premier League. So they can have a real go at the FA Cup this year. And there's some teams, like Everton, Bournemouth, who also could have had a go. They're out, and Burnley will look at it and think, well, why can't we go on and win it?
Well, Danny Cowley says instead of being fearful of their opponents from 4 leagues higher, Lincoln will be going there to win.
It's about winning, isn't it? Football is about winning, and listen, we know we go to Burnley. I don't go to Burnley and think I'm enjoying this. I'm going to Burnley to win. Now we know that it's a 1 in 100 chance, but we have to believe it's going to be that one chance. A lot of people said to me it's impossible, but impossible is just an opinion. It's not a fact. And we go there with a game plan, with an organisation. We're going to chunk it. We're going to try to make the game. We're going to try to make the game short. If it's a 1 in 100 chance, then as I said, we have to believe that it's going to be that one game. And all I would say, for us to come through Oldham, Ipswich away, then Ipswich at home, and then Brighton, well, that's probably a 1 in 10,000 chance. So, like we've seen in the FA Cup this year, anything's possible.
And Danny Cowley says that a victory would be something very special.
Not every morning you wake up with the opportunity to do something that you're going to remember for the rest of your life. But on Saturday morning, that's us. Whatever happens in our football careers going forward, I think Saturday will be one that we will remember forevermore. So we're going to be really focused, really determined to give the best account of ourselves that we can.
Well, guys, The Imps have beaten Brighton, they've beaten Ipswich, they've beaten Oldham. They can beat anyone, surely.
I like your optimism. They have, as you say, they've beaten top of the Championship, albeit it was a second-string Brighton side. I'm not entirely sure how full-strength Burnley will go. It'd be interesting to see what sort of side they pick. I know Sam Vokes was put up for their press conference earlier today, so odds are, does that mean he might play? If so, does that mean it's going to be a fairly strong side? If so, it's going to be a really tough afternoon, but one that the Imps I think will go there and relish. Really will.
Well, they're going to be without the FA Cup's top scorer, Theo Robinson. Lincoln, now he's gone. He was a man for the big occasion. Someone else is going to have to step up and fill that void now, aren't they, Ollie?
Absolutely. I mean, hopefully Southwell can kind of fill those boots that Robinson was doing so well throughout the competition.
He did miss a penalty at the weekend.
He missed a penalty, but I mean, positions that what I really like, the positions that he was getting into. I mean, he could have had a hat trick, couldn't he, at the weekend? Let's be honest. Unfortunately, he didn't get a goal. He had that header that he probably should have scored as well, and obviously the missed penalty. But I mean, he's getting into good positions, and hopefully, kind of that first goal will come. Hopefully on Saturday. That'd be fantastic, wouldn't it?
Well, it's a good sign that if he is finding those pockets of space, and if his movement is good and he's creating chances for himself, maybe it's just the fact that he has been out for a while, injured, just maybe lacking that match sharpness, but maybe that finishing touch will come soon.
We've seen Lincoln also not change their style of play for the likes of Ipswich and Brighton. They've gone for it, just like they have in every round of the competition and like they do in the league. Do you think they should change the way they play for Burnley, go a bit more defensive, or just go for it again?
Don't change what's not broken, I don't think. You know, I would just keep going. They're going to carry on playing how they are at the moment, and it's been working in every other single round of the competition, so why not this one?
Yeah, I agree with what Ollie said. And Danny Kelly mentioned in his press earlier today that he likens Burnley to a very good version of Lincoln. Solid without the ball, decent going forward with it. And I think that sort of matchup, as long as it doesn't change anything, I think that matchup will make for quite an intriguing contest.
Well, yeah, we'll have to see. And central defender Sean Raggett says that despite the big occasion, Lincoln won't change the way they do things.
We're not going to play any differently just because we're playing against the Premier League side. We'll go there, play our game, and like we saw against Brighton and Ipswich, they both struggled to deal with us, so hopefully we can give the same sort of problems to Burnley.
Can they win? Can they beat Burnley? That's the question I want to know. Predictions,
Can they do it? Yes, they can. Will they do it? I'm not so sure. I think, again, it depends entirely on the strength of side that Burnley pick.
Obviously, I agree with Liam. It entirely depends on the strength of the Burnley side. If it's a full first team that Burnley stick out, let's be honest, they drew with Chelsea at the weekend, didn't they? So they're quietly confident at home, let's be honest. So can they do it? Yes, obviously. What's the score going to be? The score's going to be 1-1, and Lincoln City are going to take Burnley back to Central Bank.
It was a good line from Danny Cowley as well earlier, wasn't it? He said, because he was at Burnley and Chelsea, and he said, you know, watching Pedro and Oscar and Costa fail to break down Burnley defence. They brought Fabregas on, he couldn't do it either. And then he's got to convince his Lincoln side that they can. And why not?
Yeah, well,
why not?
I'm sure Alex Woodyard will be able to find a way.
Absolutely.
Anyway, elsewhere, Lincoln United made it 3 straight wins this weekend with a 2-0 home success against Market Drayton Town, followed by a win at county rivals Stamford. Last weekend, the goals from Connor Robinson and Jack McGovern gave United a comfortable first home win of 2017 to build on the previous week's win at Chasetown. The duo found the net again at Stamford on Tuesday, as did Andy Toyne in a 3-1 win. Liam, you were there on Saturday. What did you make of the Whites?
It was a good win for them. By no means a classic. It was my outstanding memory of that day. It was bitterly cold. The pitch wasn't great. It cut up from the start. It wasn't a day for the football purist. But they did the job, and they still found a way, Lincoln, to play some decent football once they got it down in the final third. And they did the job fairly well. Yeah,
and who stood out for you, really? Jack McGovern and Connor Robinson seem to be forming quite a partnership up front.
They do, but actually I thought the other partnership that worked superbly on Saturday was Jacqueline and Sean Wright at the back. Jacqueline in particular was outstanding. Physically got the better of Market Drayton centre forward, didn't really give him a sniff of goal. I thought he was outstanding, threw his body in the way of any shots that came in, and it meant that Jake Turner didn't really have much to do in the home goal.
What's changed? Because a couple of weeks ago they couldn't buy a win.
7 straight defeats, wasn't it? And now they've won 3 on the bounce. It's been a really Jekyll and Hyde season, and they've gone through real peaks and troughs, of great magnitude. But what's changed? Before they were trying to go on the front foot. They were pressing from the front, and I think that led to their undoing a little bit. And Sam Wilkinson's just gone back to basics. He's letting opposition defences just play the ball out from the back a little bit, just sitting off them, and then they can play on the break. And I think it suits the way they play.
And the playoffs seem to have gone. Looking ahead to next season now, I suppose?
Yeah, I think so. Realistically, they're not going to go down and they're not going to go up. Solid mid-table season for them in Sam Wilkinson's first year in charge, and I think they can start to build for next season now and hopefully look towards a playoff charge next term.
Okay, well, that's all we've got time for today. Thanks to Ollie and Liam for joining me. Follow us on Twitter @LinkSport to find out everything that's going on this weekend with Lincoln City at Burnley and Lincoln United as well. We'll be back again next week. Until then, goodbye.